A contented cow. You know why? Because people are eating less meat than they used to. And there's reason for it. The studies just keep coming. There's a new one here. And this is a very well done study, large scale, some 80,000 nurses and physicians who, over a period of 16 years, filled out questionnaires about their diet and their health status. And it turns out that those who switched to a diet in the subsequent 8 years, after the first 8 years of less meat, more poultry, more fish, more whole grains, had a lower incidence of dying than those people who did not switch, who kept eating the same amount or more meat. That's interesting because it shows that this change in behavior can lead to a reduction in mortality during a particular period. Now, how do we go about eating less meat? I mean, we love those juicy burgers, love to throw them on the barbecue. But now there are some alternatives. For example, this one here, the Beyond Meat Burger. It's made with pea protein. It's got other stuff in there like mung bean protein and rice protein, and it's got various vitamins and minerals. The fat comes from canola oil and coconut fat. And nutritionally, it is actually similar to a hamburger, and it also tastes pretty good. And the juice that comes out of it when you cook it is kind of reddish, and that's because they use beet powder in order to make it resemble a real meat burger. It already has competitors. This one, for example, it is also made with pea protein, and it's got coloring very much like the other one. So the nutritional profile is very similar. They are more expensive than meat for sure. Now, we've had veggie burgers around for a long time. This is a classic one. They used to be made from just ground up vegetables and tofu. And they tasted like they were made of ground vegetables and tofu. The question is, can you make these things taste like meat? And I think that's where these kind of burgers now are getting some positive remarks because they do taste pretty good. And I must say that I've tasted the Beyond Beef Burger. A&W sells this. And I wouldn't say it's exactly like meat, but it certainly is comparable. And I'd have it again. I'm also particularly partial to the pea protein in here. Not because I like to eat the pea protein, but I like peas because of their scientific background. You may remember that it was back in the 1800s that Gregor Mendel formulated the laws of genetics by crossing peas of various kinds. So it has great scientific importance. It also has some interesting economic importance. You know what? When this burger was introduced, the stock price tripled in price in a couple of days. Well, what can I say? Beyond belief.